What if your body suddenly turned against you, fever burning, skin darkening, and swellings the size of eggs bursting with pain? This was the terrifying reality for millions during the Black Death. In the mid-14th century, the plague didn't just kill, it tortured. And to understand its impact, we must step into the shoes of those who lived and died through it. At first, the symptoms might have seemed like a common fever. A person would feel weak, dizzy, and overcome with chills. But within hours, their condition worsened dramatically. High fevers gripped the body, sweating drenched the skin, and an unbearable exhaustion made it impossible to stand. Medieval chroniclers wrote of people collapsing in the streets, unable to reach home before the disease overtook them. Then came the most dreaded sign, the buboes. Swollen lumps, sometimes as big as an apple, appeared in the groin, armpits, and neck. These were the lymph nodes, inflamed as the body tried and failed to fight the infection. The buboes were agonizing to touch, and often turned black as tissue beneath the skin began to die. Victims screamed in pain, begging for relief that never came. The very name bubonic plague comes from these monstrous swellings. But not everyone even lived long enough for buboes to form. Some were struck by septicemic plague, where the infection spread to the blood. This form was the swiftest and most merciless. Skin darkened with blotches. Fingers and toes turned black, and death often came within a single day. This horrifying discoloration gave the plague its enduring name, the Black Death. Others endured the pneumonic plague, in which the bacteria attacked the lungs. Victims coughed violently, spitting up blood and spreading the infection through the air. Unlike the bubonic form, which required fleas or rats, the pneumonic plague could leap directly from person to person in crowded medieval cities. It spread like wildfire. Survival? Almost impossible. Doctors of the time, lacking microscopes, science, or germ theory, were powerless. Some tried bloodletting, draining patients in hopes of releasing the bad humors. Others burned incense, scattered herbs, or pressed cut onions against swollen buboes. The most iconic were the plague doctors, with their long black robes and bird-like masks filled with vinegar-soaked cloth or sweet-smelling herbs. They believed these masks would filter the poisonous air, but of course, they did nothing. Many doctors perished alongside their patients, and so suffering was everywhere. In villages, entire families were wiped out within days. Survivors abandoned their sick relatives, terrified of catching the disease themselves. Priests refused to administer last rites. Gravediggers died faster than they could dig, and mass graves swallowed thousands of bodies at once. Eyewitnesses described carts rumbling through the streets, piled high with corpses, while the living called out in despair, "Bring out your dead." Imagine the terror of waking each day to find another neighbor gone, another street silent, another churchyard overflowing. Imagine feeling the fever burn in your own body, wondering if you will live to see the next sunrise. The Black Death was not just a disease, it was an experience of unending fear, pain, and despair. And yet, this horror was only one side of the story. For as much as it destroyed, the plague also transformed. Out of the ashes of suffering came changes no one could have predicted: economic upheavals, challenges to religion, and even the seeds of a new world. In our next episode, we'll uncover the long-term consequences, how the Black Death didn't just kill millions, but reshaped societies, economies, and even the course of European history itself.